Hi Cancer, this is going to be your career reading for January 2020. This is going to be a general career reading. It's only going to apply to a specific group of Cancer, so it may or may not resonate with you. If it does, wonderful. If it doesn't, please feel free to take a look at another video later on in the month. I'll be going ahead and putting a timestamp in the comments for when the reading starts or in the description box, so just check that below. So let's get started. What information do we have for Cancer for January 2020 in regards to their career? What information do we have for Cancer in regards to their career for January 2020? Cancer. Let's get your spread going. Okay. So the first card that you have in your career spread for January is the Tower. This is kind of your present outlook on your current career, and to say you're dissatisfied with your career would kind of be an understatement with you getting the Tower here. The way that you feel presently in what you're doing is you feel kind of a lack of control here. You feel like things are kind of crumbling around you and you just don't really feel like this is exactly what you want to do, or you feel like you need to tear down whatever you've been doing and completely start over. You view it as something that you need to, almost like you just need to scrap this and try something else. It could be if you're working for a company, you feel like you just need to quit. There's something going on here where you feel like, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Now, in the actions that you need to take, you've got the Eight of Cups here. So that's kind of reinforcing that the truth is you do need to walk away from this position. Either this position, this job, this way of doing things. With the Eight of Cups in this position, this is something that could feel like it would be pretty difficult, because in the Eight of Cups, you have all these cups that you've set up here that you've built. So you could have been working at this company for a while. You could have been working on this career path for a while. And it's really difficult to leave all your hard work and start over. But the Eight of Cups really calls for you to do that. It calls for you to kind of acknowledge what you've built, but go pursue what it is that you're missing. You can see the cup missing here. It's kind of incumbent upon you to go out and look and seek and find, because you can't find something without seeking. So it could also be saying that you need to start looking for other positions, not necessarily just abruptly leave, but it's time for you to start looking outside of your current career path to see what else is out there, to see what other options you have, to see what other avenues you could go down to get a little bit more fulfillment out of your career. But it's calling on you to kind of take that action and get moving. Now, what's the constant here for you? You've got the High Priestess. And I'm taking this in two ways here, because if you're working for a company and you have a boss that you don't get along with, they're not going anywhere with the High Priestess. The High Priestess sits on her throne and she's not moving. She's, for lack of a better word, the queen of this castle. She runs this particular organization. And it doesn't have to be gender specific. It can be he or she, but this person, you may feel like this person is sneaky, that they could possibly wield their power in a way that is less overt. They are not the type that would yell and scream at someone. They're more the type of person that would not necessarily gossip, but it could be, but who would kind of scheme and plot behind the scenes. They're indirect in the way that they come at you with the High Priestess. They're not going to tell you exactly how they feel. That's not the energy of the High Priestess. The other thing that could be a constant in this particular organization or career path that you may need to walk away from is the fact that you need to utilize some discernment if you're going to stay until you find something new, because there could be some pitfalls in this situation that you could fall into if you're not careful. The High Priestess is super intuitive and discerning, and your need to embody that kind of energy isn't going to change. You aren't going to be able to, say, not stop looking over your shoulder or kind of pay attention to what's going on around you. You can't relax in this environment. You're going to have to be aware of what's going on. If you work for yourself, or say you're self-employed, the constant could also be that you're going to have to continually invest in some type of education, certification. You're going to have to constantly keep elevating in your knowledge here. Now, with the way you view this situation, you've got the Three of Cups. So you could feel like there are cliques, especially if this is a work environment. You could feel like there are cliques in your work environment. You could feel like there are teams of people that you're being called to work with, that with the Eight of Wands in the change position, or what needs to change in this situation, this is a communication card, an action card of getting things done. So you could be working on some kind of team project or working with a group of individuals where there's just not enough action being put into it. Not enough attention to detail, possibly. Or if this is kind of like a toxic work environment situation, there could just be a lot of gossip and chatter and idle conversations that aren't productive, that need to stop, that you may need to remove yourself from that. You could be also being sucked into a group dynamic with some people that you're working with that isn't going to be beneficial for you, and you may need to start pulling away from chatting up with these people, moving forward in friendship with these people, because that's something that really needs to change here. You've got the past challenge here as the Ace of Swords. So I really feel like there was either some gossip, there was some lies told, there was some misinformation given. that's causing you to feel like you've got to walk away. It could be something as simple as they said they would give you a raise and that hasn't come to fruition for you. It could be as dynamic as there's a clique of people in your job lying about you, gossiping about you, or if it's not gossiping about you, it's trying to downplay your work, trying to make you seem incompetent, pointing out all your flaws and your mistakes. Because the Ace of Swords is about victory and communication, prevailing over something, speaking truth here. And if that's a challenge for you in this situation, if they're not the ones who are unable to do that, you feel like you can't say what you mean in this environment. You can't say how you feel. Your ideas may not be valued. In the outcome, you've got the Page of Wands. So there's some kind of news coming. And I feel like with this action card being the Eight of Cups is what they're asking you to do in this reading, is to kind of take a step out on faith, even if you've been in this situation or this particular career path or job for a while, and look for other opportunities. I feel like the outcome is you would receive some good news here. The Page of Wands is a card of news, and normally it's very good news. And it's news regarding a new opportunity. Because Wands talk about opportunity, something fresh and new, and this is tangible. It's not like the Ace of Wands that could just be something potential. You could get a job offer if you take the steps to look to see if there's something better out there for you, because it looks like there potentially really could be, that there's something better for you that you're just not moving towards. It's going to require you to move towards it, put the energy into searching for it, plant a lot of seeds so you can, you may need to go through a lot of interviews here to find this one position that's going to be the opportunity that you're really looking for. But it looks like you're going to be able to find that if you make those changes. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.